Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. This is the holiest place of all the real-time strategies, Setons Clutch. And on this we have some very interesting teams. We have the BC stack together with Critalis. I don't think he's joined BC yet. But there is Spatcherico, Banana, and Tiep. So Tiep, Critalis. Actually, all these players have played so much Setons, you can't call them Setons noobs. But they're playing up against Setons Classics. Ish is a classic Setons player. He's made a return recently. And I really don't like that sound. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Will Ecohor, Galactic Fear, stating the obvious. He is Yef from the Rock playing up against Blackheart. Gala versus Blackheart. I mean, just that matchup should make you excited about this game. Seraphim versus UEF. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. You got Cytheria playing this Aeon in the back. Cytheria versus Spatcherico, another excellent matchup. Cytheria, definitely the best female player on Setons. Perhaps the best female player on all of FAF. I have no idea. But she definitely beats ass. Although with Spatcherico, it should be a pretty good challenge. You see the difference in build orders between Sith and Spatcherico. Cytheria doing the more usual, Russian Hydra, already upgraded into Detective Mass Extractor. Le Pen versus Critalis. Le Pen used to be, I think, one of the top 5 players on Setons. I think recently he's kind of slipped a little bit. I'm not really sure. But I don't think he's quite as dominant as he used to be. But I think for this type of match, would expect him to play extremely well. He seems to be going for some sort of air build, second air, given the way he's moved his ACU rush into Hydra, which might mean he might make a play for the island against Critalis. Cybern versus Cybern, that's also interesting. These two navies are going to be big victims of air late game. You got Aeon versus Aeon and air, which means you're going to have restorers. For sure. Both mid players bringing in engineers. You can see in terms of tanks, there are 2 Manti, 2 strikers. The striker actually escaped, and the engineer for Tiep is going to die. I'm not sure if it's going to be... Oh, this is going to be so close. Without micro, the strikers will win. I think there was a little more micro for Tiep. Although, wow, the Manti survived with such low health. This engineer, if it doesn't die, it will give a significant advantage to the bottom side. This Mantis with 2 kills, the other one with 3 kills, 1 kill. No, they won't be able to take down the third striker. But Hero Manti, Gala ready to take his island. Doesn't look like Banana is going to challenge for it. However, Banana is starting a very early navy. In terms of eco, we'll see who gets more mass. This engineer, this striker is going to be critical. But 3 strikers to the middle from Tiep, that's a lot of tanks. So he was in a fairly aggressive mode. Now this striker, now that it killed the engineer, can continue, which will create more problems for Ij with an interesting template. It's a bunch of P-gens plus a bunch of walls. Not sure if there's meaning behind it. And I don't see any tanks here. So this striker might have some fun. Ij not reclaiming in a terrible position. There's still a lot of mass left on Ij's side. Tiep currently at 5,700. Ij 4,700. So Tiep is a bit ahead. However, if Ij can reclaim these quicker than Tiep, Tiep is walking. However, I think Tiep is going to get a bunch of mass as well. So I anticipate about 1,000 advantage to the top side. Critalis will attempt to drop. Looks like there was no challenge from Le Pen for the island. This just was his build order. And Le Pen could be in a better trouble. There is no factory finished yet. And Critalis, I've seen Critalis do this. In a recent video, Critalis did this to SC account, which was very effective. He dropped very quickly on these 3 mass extractors. That's what you got to do to people who don't make too much early air. And this will be devastating. Le Pen will be on a back foot. Scouts from Banana. There are transports for Gala all over the place. Gala also going into the Navy, or he's just making a torpedo launcher. A bomber from Banana. We'll see if that can do anything. Looks like there should be an interceptor that should be on the case. No, it doesn't look like Gala is reacting. However, you can see the effect. This is pretty devastating. Oh, he's going to capture. That's an extra 6 mass for Kurtalis. Plus, he's going to start a base. And he's going to have air domination. Le Pen will react by sending his ACU to fix the problem. However, there's already early Navy coming in from Kurtalis, which could make things even more difficult for Le Pen. That's the Kurtalis, though. That's one of the problems with the throttle. His aggressive engineers up here, instead of building continuously, they're pausing, which is huge, which is really, really terrible. I think that's why when you play Rock, you might as well turn that thing off, unless you're in this really big eco whore stage. And this is definitely not eco whoring from Kurtalis. You look at the mass difference between Le Pen and Kurtalis. Kurtalis is really making Le Pen suffer. Frigate to the middle from Banana. That's an interesting move. I'm not really sure why you would do that. But actually, a couple of really annoying frigates. This is good intel. Taking out a mass extractor for Gala. And Pecherico versus Sith. Who's got the better eco? It's they seem to be fairly even. Coming up minute 7. Sith has already got tech to air, a single tech to PGen. No resource allocation yet. No resource allocation yet for Pecherico, but they both seem to be in a fairly similar position. Maybe a little more mass for Pecherico, but significantly more power now for Sith. Where is she making the tech? Oh, yes, she's got 2. Both of her tech to power. So Sith is going to get resource allocation a little quicker, perhaps. But the big problem so far in this game has been Le Pen against Kurtalis. He's been getting dominated. And once Kurtalis gets this step of advantage, he's such a good eco. It'll be very difficult to catch up with him. And given it's Cybern on Cybern, unless Le Pen gets some help, he'll probably lose in the long run. It's amazing that the players, like 2-3 years ago, you would think Le Pen could probably out-tech most people, but not anymore. A lot of teching from Banana. Although you can see the Rock players significantly ahead of their beach counterparts. Tiep is definitely an advantage to the top side, unless it was that early initial battle. Tiep attempting to do a T2 PD creep. And if it turns into a T2 PD standoff between these two players, there's definitely an advantage to UEF. Much better PDs for this type of situation, although perhaps the MMLs from Cybern could make a difference. And is this going to be a drop? Tiep is going to attempt a drop on Ish. And in terms of eco, you can see a significant advantage for Tiep. What else is happening here? Oh, it looks like a drop attempt from Gala. Yeah, Gala, this is standard procedure. You got to drop into this little, whatever you want to call that, cove. Yeah. This works so well with Seraphim, because then they can come around in the ocean and continue to harass it. But it works with UEF as well, or any other faction. I see a Tech 1 mass extractor has been destroyed. Actually, this Tech 2 factory could be destroyed, which would really suck. And if you lose that factory plus your engineers, that'll take you a long time to actually rebuild your lost Tech 2 mass extractors. Also, local air domination from Gala, preventing any kind... Oh, great. Le Pen decided not to play this one. Oh, man. All right. I still trust the person who sent... Oh, wow. Check this out. Gala puts already back in the transport. I imagine he's going to go back onto land. He's got to do it now, otherwise he's just going to get shot. This is a... Oh. Gala, what are you doing? You're supposed to be good at this game. So now Cytheria has a double base. I hope I didn't miss Le Pen getting killed. No, he didn't get killed by anybody. He just quit, because he was getting abused by Kurtalis. So what we have now is Cytheria. Oh, and I guess now Ish is going to have the beach. Cytheria does not want to bother with 2 bases. However, when you get a base given to you like that, you also get any kind of excess eco. So Sith just got a slight boost of mass. So that could give her a slight advantage over Pecherico. Looks like both back players do have their resource allocation. a little more power for Pachirico. He's just got rid of his Tech 2 P-Gens. So basically identical power. In terms of mass, I mean, this is as close as it gets. Now we're going to see the two naval players get resource allocation. EF and Cybern can only make one. Oh wow, what is going on? Gala drops into the ocean. So Gala, sensing that things going bad, given that the last beach, he needs to do something aggressive. He drops into the ocean. Does he have the missile upgrade? He's got to have the missile upgrade. He has Tech 3. He's going to get... Okay, this is great. Thank you, Gala. I forgive you for that shitty transport. This is a ballsy move. He's going to get torpedo launchers. Tech 1 torpedo launcher is very effective against Tech 1 Navy, especially against Tech 1 submarines. Frigates can overwhelm them, but Tech 1 sub really can't compete. And there's also Tech 1 naval support from Gala. This could be dangerous though, because Banana is already on Tech 2 Navy. And there are no cruise missiles for Gala on the ACU. If he doesn't have cruise missiles, I'll be very disappointed. He's got cruise missiles, so those gotta start flying, which will really kill Banana's economy unless he get. He's already got some TMDs in this position. There are Tech 3. Mass extractors have been great targets. This is a great target. Yeah, it's gonna get killed now. The actual naval factory would be a good target. And if you're, yeah, is that gonna hit? Yeah, the EEF cruise missiles on the AC are so powerful. Oh yeah, cruiser. I was just thinking a cruiser would be great. And even the, okay, yeah, cruiser TMD is very strong for all factions. Okay, so I'm missing this game. I apologize to Cytheria because Cytheria is dominating Pachirico. Cytheria decided not to play. Cytheria has way better eco than Pachirico, and she's got a strategic bomber over Pachirico. Okay, so she's way better than Pachirico at air. I'm sorry, Pachirico, but you need to learn how to play air because this is so dominant. Typically, when somebody does this to you, they're taking a risk. But Sith has not taken the risk, just destroying Pachirico's base. 79 kill Strat Bomber. Beautiful. Somebody just hunked outside in honor of Pachirico's Strat Bomber. As we're also seeing, oh yeah, given that it was a cruiser, the Tech 1 subs from Gala went in and took it out. As Gala with the ACU 11 kills continues to dominate. Yeah, 2 TMD. That's what you get. I mean, this ACU is taking a big risk. That's the payoff. So rapid fire. No, but the cruiser will take care of it. However, look, you can see these missiles just keep on coming in. They're actually overwhelming. Gala can make cruise missiles so quickly that they overwhelm. And you got to remember that Tiep here is got UEF. More Strat Bombers. Gala's got this Strat Bomber. And, oh wow, the top side getting abused. This is beautiful to see. How many kills? 95 kills in that Strat. I don't want it to die. There are some Tech 3AA here. You don't want to fly there anymore. But now, Gala getting a base. He has to deal with a few RDs. He's got to deal with the cruiser. And a snipe attempt against Gala with Cybern torpedo bombers. Those are very good for snipes. And let's see, a cruiser and a shield are going to come in. Also a destroyer for Gala. What is Gala getting? He might be getting a shield or something along those lines. He's got to get some sort of health. And but now you can see Tieb's base getting demolished. Yeah, these EEF TMDs are not going to do nothing. And finally that Strat, I don't know if it probably got, this probably at least 100 kills. And wow, this is a lot of action in this one. T2 RD for Ish. He's going to abuse Tiep's front line, given that Tiep no longer has power. No more shield, so that's going to die after a little while. Gala got the shield just in time, though. He only had 5,600 health. However, Blackheart getting a whole bunch of cruisers, and these are going to overwhelm the front line. Unless there's multiple cruisers though, so it's a cruiser battle, and a lot of reclaim plus a shield. Yeah, Gala playing it very risky. However, there was a lot of damage that he inflicted both on Banana and the mid player Tiep. So yeah, he's gonna go back home. This could be an opportunity for Pechirico to kill Gala, but looks like he did not take it. Yeah, there was no Omni. This Omni was not completed. And a battle now between Ij. Ij has to take care of both mid and beach, which is sometimes tricky. Sithera continues to dominate air. Looks like Gala will make it home alright. Tiep will help with some Riptides. Those are very annoying. And Gala may choose to retreat a little bit. Tech 1 bombers from Gala probably won't make it. I gotta say, both Cytheria and Gala showing they're excellent Setons player. It's not just that they can eco horror better than anyone. They can also do crazy things. Completely dominate air, and that was a very ballsy move from Gala. It's very dangerous to do that. He almost actually died. If he didn't get that shield upgrade, probably would have. Tech 1 Navy from Ish. He's also got one destroyer. Cybern on Cybern. No, actually, this Navy from Critalis is quite weak. It doesn't really have hope to overwhelm Ish. Strat bombers for 57 kill strat right before it dies in an air battle. The one thing about Sith, if you want to learn micro from someone, Sith is probably as good as anybody. You can see Pechirico getting dominated, and yet another strat. Although this is a very dangerous, I think that strat was a waste. You don't want to fly there anymore. Look at their ecos though, very similar. Pechirico, big power advantage. So that's something. I gotta get some more Red Bull for this. It's a lovely sentence. Oh man, makes me not feel so bad about all this failed Voice of Reason turnings we had this week, which didn't happen. Which probably won't happen anymore because it's just too annoying. Oh, we do have some best of 15s coming up. Cyber on Siren battle, fairly even numbers. Aggression from Ish. Yeah, I'm not sure who's gonna win this one. A lot of build capacity from Critalis, but nice micro from Ish, keeping his Tech 2 behind. This is where you gotta get your Tech 1 to focus in on the Tech 2 ships. Yeah, both players keeping their Tech 2 outside the range, but a little more Tech 1 for Critalis. Up top, Ish with the Omni in the middle. He probably wants to think about getting his ACU somewhere back and safe. The bottom side do not want to lose yet another player. We're going to see another SF battle. I think Sith may be caught here not paying attention. Sith has been busy helping with Tech 3. And Cytheria, I think, is overwhelmed. She'll just retreat. However, I think this T3 torpedo bomber made enough difference, and now there's a lot of reclaim. I think that was a wise choice from Sith. He'll help out in that case. Good teamwork. Ish should get some transports, get that mass, make it pay. Some scouts from Pechirico. What's Pechirico doing? In this situation, Pechirico is a bit ahead on power. Perhaps you can think about a secret nuke or something like that. It's minute 20. Only a couple Tech 3 mass extractors left for both back players. Banana seems to have really teched quickly. Banana had the benefit of reclaiming after this battle. So he's cut up on his eco without, actually it looks like he was reclaiming in that position, but still, he's slightly behind Gala, but not by a big margin. Gala though, using his navy to push Tiep back a little bit, so Tiep in a bit of trouble. And maybe a quick spider here from Ish could be a good idea, although Ish probably should just focus on navy. Now we see the Riptides coming in. In case people are wondering, all these rules about naval mixing are kind of like relics of the past. I think they're no longer really honored. They haven't really been honored because they're so difficult. Yet a lot of times when oldies play, they still sort of try to honor it. But I don't think anybody ever gets mad at people suddenly if you start mixing. And things like Riptides and frigates, it's never really been an issue. in 2010 it probably would have been an issue. But it's nice to see the mid player able to help the sides. Yeah, and this is actually critical. These Riptides will deny engineers from the bottom side to grab this reclamation. There's probably at least 10,000 mass just sitting there. And lots of cruisers from both of the top navies. Gala and Sith leading the way in terms of mass production. Pecherico leading the way in terms of power production. That is such huge amounts of power, and the fact that he's actually not completely wasting so much power, it's a testament that he's got a lot of build capacity on his air. And it also means that Sith probably doesn't have too much build capacity on air. Sith needs to invest quite heavily into power, which might mean the top side will regain air control. Engineers for the top side, they're ready to go in and get this mass. I gotta say, Ish has been very good. I remember him more of as a dominant mid player, but he's showing that he's playing Navy quite well. But I think the top naval engagement will decide a lot, because it will be very difficult for either Cyber or Navy to hold on to naval control. But if you win Navy with either Seraphim or UEF, it will be difficult to knock that off using air. Pecherico may consider making some restores. However, instead we are seeing torpedo bombers, so Pecherico wants to get involved. He can either help Banana or he can help Critalis. I'm not really sure what he's thinking of right now. We'll see that shortly. Tiep has held on to this position after a little bit of pressure from Gala. Gala, I anticipate, should go Tech 3. Yeah, he's got Tech 3. Navy, we're going to have battle cruisers coming out. Battle cruisers will create a problem for Banana. Banana also Tech 3, making Tech 3 to submarines. Tech 3 to submarines for Seraphim, still quite good, although not as good as they used to be a few months ago. There's already a battle cruiser actually on the front line. Yeah, and a battle cruiser, that's so much damage per second, actually, you don't really remember. See those lasers, they don't miss. They got the same range as the Cybern, 80 kilometers. If you're wondering, the length of the 20x20 is 1,024 kilometers. Kilometers, however you choose to pronounce that. Tiep. So now Tiep is in trouble, I think, unless Banana can push back. Banana has a single Tech 3 submarine, together with a couple cruisers. We got a lot of destroyers. And if he pushes in and loses, I think this is game over. If he pushes in and pushes Gala back, I think Gala may not choose to risk this one, especially if Pecherico gets involved. And look at all this, torpedo bombers. Yeah, torpedo bombers versus Cyber Navy, it really sucks. Looks like Pecherico is going to be helping Critalis. Interesting that Critalis is typically a player who dominates economy. His economy is a lot less than what I would expect it to be. It doesn't look like Sith is willing to go in and fight. Let's check out the SF numbers. And I need a new processor. 73. Pecherico, 122. So Pecherico, yeah, is significantly ahead. If there was a battle under even circumstances, it's going to be a fairly easy victory for Pecherico. We're also seeing a naval battle up on top. If you're seeing some of this light, yeah. Apologies. What should I turn down? Shadows. Probably don't need that. I don't want to make it look too bad. So Sith is not going to make the mistake. We're also seeing Sith with the Tech 1 Navy with a bunch of engineers trying to get some action in the middle. And this could be a problem as even more torpedo bombers are coming in. Gala also respecting the Navy of Banana. So what we're seeing is the top side really pushing back on both oceans, especially here with all this air. Will Cytherea... If Cytherea chooses the right place to fight, I don't know if there's really a right place to fight. You really want to fight over some flak or some cruisers. Maybe we'll see a bunch of Tech 3AA here somewhere. We're out micros Pachirico with these numbers, which would be absolutely crazy. We're seeing some first anti-nukes. Yeah, that's an anti-nuke. Maybe... Oh, the police. Police doing their work. Ij, and the one thing about Ij is that he hasn't had as much damage done to him as Tiep, so perhaps he can do something. You're looking at his eco, it's very impressive, although he's sitting on 2 different bases. This battle continues, and it looks like, despite all those torpedo bombers, Ij is prevailing. At least for now, although there are quite a few destroyers in that mix. I'm already at -1. Yeah, I'm at 4.2 gigahertz right now on my Sandy. Because if I put it up higher and go for a little while, things go bad. Let me try something. Maybe that'll make some difference. Sometimes there's a trick. If you set affinity to a single core, then you set affinity to all cores. It sometimes makes things go faster, so we're testing that now. Doesn't look like it made too much of a difference. Yeah, I think Critalis might be winning this fight, so unless Cytherea can do something to help, it might turn ugly, although a lot of build capacity still available. This is where Pachirico and Critalis may choose to go to Tech 1 or Tech 2 bombers and attempt to kill all the build capacity. That will be the next step. We are also seeing support commanders from Critalis. On the top ocean, battle cruisers versus Tech 3 subs. Look at all those Tech 3 subs. With that many Tech 3 subs, a Seraphim Navy is very dangerous. See how Gala chooses to fight with it. He's got all of his Tech 1 split. Oh, you're going to see this assault. This is going to be nice. It takes a lot of shots to actually kill off all the Tech 1 Navy. So it will do damage to all the build capacity. You're going to see the destroyers, which are now submerged. They will come back up. Maybe cold feet here from Gala. Meanwhile, all the expensive units are going to come in. There's also a battleship. So Gala will attempt to surround. Meanwhile, Banana will keep all of his navy together. And this battleship has enough range, I think, to inflict significant damage. If he gets about this position, significant damage directly on the engineers that are producing the ships for Banana. Ijno, yeah, he continues to tech quite well. Although here, we also see Tech 1 bombers. Looks like Pachirico has pulled his navy back. He might be in a position to begin helping against Gala. Let's check out the numbers from 221. Has Sith got up? Sith has got up in terms of power, so 165. So the ratio is a little better, but still a significant advantage to Pachirico. You can see multiple anti-nukes for Sith. Yeah, it's a single. You can see what it is: a factory attack move and an assist on an engineer. And now Riptides from Tiep are going to come in and attack directly on the build capacity. There's also some Tech 3AA there. Yeah, those are preventing any Tech 1 bombers from actually reaching their targets. A lot of potential reclaim, and harms. Harms are a beautiful unit. Harms creep would be very deadly. Are we going to see an airfight? Big numbers. We just looked at the numbers. About 60 or 70 extra ASF around the 200 mark. And yeah, I'm at -3 right now. This is critical. Should Banana put his submarines on the surface, use their AA to help? I think Sith has lost air. The 169 left for Puerto Rico. This is significantly shitty for the bottom side. I love you, Sith. It sucks to see you lose under those circumstances. I think it would have been too much to ask for her to win there. However, underneath that air battle, which we couldn't see, a naval assault from Gala. He's got his frigates deep inside Banana's territory. He might, yeah, he's already killing off a whole bunch of engineers. They might have a chance to kill some more. You can see the Tech 3 subs though for, yeah, these Tech 3 subs with an air cover will be very difficult to deal with. We'll see, yeah, we're going to see, yeah. The Coopers, large numbers can deal with those subs. However, those subs have larger range. So with micro, it's very difficult. You can see the battleships are ground firing. And with the splash, oh, yeah, abusing those battleships. Battleships now 4-ish. They're going to attempt to ground fire against the harms. That's the best way to kill the harms. So the way to kill both, oh, look at all those subs. They all disappeared. So Gala's showing that he doesn't care about submarines. He's going to use battleship splash to take them out. This is significant damage. And I think together with all these Coopers, Gala will hold on. So Gala's showing that, yeah, yeah, the power of the battleship. A couple harms are up. Third one's nearly up. Yeah, this is a much more difficult situation, I think, for the bottom side. As we also see a Fatty in the middle. Fatty versus Bricks. There are a bunch of Tech 2 Arty here, which might do some damage. The Omni is... Where's the Omni? There used to be an Omni here. It's dead, I think, unless I'm blind. An anti-nuke with one anti-nuke here is an excellent position. However, I think that just might die. And I don't understand why I'm not seeing a number for it like I see for other anti-nukes.
Strategic launch detected.
Now, who's got the nuke? Oh, wow. Gala's got a nuke. Sorry, I haven't looked at Gala's base the entire time. This is actually a good-looking base, an anti-nuke. There are 2 nuke launchers. First one has just fired the nuke. I'm not sure where that's going. The naval battle continues to rage. And now we see a little bit of air help. Also, support commanders from Puerto Rico. This nuke is flying at... It could either hit... Oh, if it hits these SS would be nice, but that would be totally lucky. Tiep also getting into this naval battle. Could be Tiep's base. There's an anti-nuke here, which doesn't have any missiles. It could be... Yeah, it's Tiep's base. Yeah, taking out this anti-nuke before it's done is a smart move. Nice placement. Did it actually kill the anti-nuke? I really like the use of the SCUs by Critalis here. These harms, they do so much damage. I believe their range is also 80 kilometers. So, restorers. Yep, we are seeing restorers. Gala having to fight against the Tech 3 Seraphim Navy without air support against Tech 3 torpedo bombers. He does have a lot of battleships though, and a battlecruiser up front, a bunch of Coopers, a few shields. You can see how he's producing. He's got multiple factories producing battleships. He's got multiple factories producing Coopers. He doesn't have a separate factory for shields, or does he? No. So these Tech 2 factories could be switched to shields at any moment. Restorers from Sith. So Sith, despite losing air, is going to make restorers to try to keep Ij in the water. And this has been a big source of reclaim for the top side. This might precipitate another air fight. You can see the response from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico sitting at 259 ASF. Sith 134. Yeah, that's not good. However, Sith also sitting at 12 restores. Oh, Yeah, these USDs need to retreat. I would anticipate a lot of Tech 3 AA here all over the place in Ish base. Sith has long-term plans. And if this game desyncs, I have no idea if it does, I'm going to be very disappointed. I will probably still upload it. But, Bricks, looks like they pushed the fatty back, but now they're going to go into the water. Torpedo bombers from Kurtalis. And a lot of reclamation possible here after this battle between Gala and Banana, which hasn't really ended, but it looks like it's a bit of a lull. Let's check out the reclamation numbers. Pachirico sitting at 27,000. He has been reclaiming a bit in the top ocean. Hasn't been reclaiming much elsewhere. He's got 20,000 mass in the bank. Sith at 51. She's been reclaiming quite a bit more in the bottom ocean. Gala only 10,000. He's only now got engineers moving in to the top ocean to actually get some of that action. However, Gala has huge income. He's got all Tech 3s, but he's just beginning to put the mass storages. Yeah, and Ish has been the recipient of a large amount of torpedoes from bombers. Ish sitting on 18,000. Kurtalis 37,000. And more police. 28,000 from Banana. Oh, I think that's actually a fire truck. Who's on fire? Le Pen's on fire. Pen's gone. This fatty is very annoying. Yeah, this area that I live in is actually like one of the lowest crime areas in the entire state. But yeah, it's because the police does their job. The Praetorian class is very strong in this nation. Oh, let's see. Yeah. These torpedo bombers, once again, ground fire. Is it working at all? See, Blackheart forced into micro. In case people don't know, this is Blackheart Banana. All these Smurf names. With all these Smurf names, I'm going to start coming up with my own names to people. And yeah, this is not looking good, especially now that TF is producing a navy. This is bricks versus a battleship. Okay, something you won't see every day. And Pechirico, who's had a huge advantage this entire time in air, of course, not the entire time, but the last 20 minutes. We'll see what his plans are. Got the SCUs. Not really seeing too many nukes. There's an anti-nuke that's loaded up with 2 missiles. We have a lot. Oh, it's a Blackheart. He's got a lot of support. SCUs, SCU factories. He's making a rapid fab upgrade. So he's going to use these for build capacity, it seems. Perhaps you can, yeah, with SCUs with a lot of build capacity, you can drop them in somewhere. They can build a lot of experimentals very quickly. Sith with a fairly large air force. See what her numbers are now. 237. And a bunch of mercies. I'm not really sure why. Maybe she's anticipating some drops. Another thing to keep track of will be the ACUs. You can see the ACU for Sith sitting behind a cliff. Gala still producing. Yeah, this ACU is very strong for Gala. It's got the shield. There are no, well, there is a Cybern here. Ish is a Cybern, and Telemazer is something not to forget about. But looks like SCUs for both sides. And yet another nuke. Who's launched a nuke? I would expect it to be Gala. Yep. Gala with the second nuke. The first nuke got 79 kills. Will it be Tiep, who lost his previous anti-nuke? He's just finished this one. I mean, I think that's the most obvious place to nuke. You gotta keep on denying this base. Don't let him rebuild. Unless you somehow sniped an anti-nuke inside Blackheart's base. Does he have an anti-nuke? Yeah, he's got one right here with a missile. And is there an anti-nuke here? Not yet. So that's potential target. This is a potential target. I guess this is a good target. Is that going to be outside the range? Yeah. This is good. A lot of Tech 3 torpedo bombers for Blackheart. But he's going to suffer a large amount of damage to his engineers. Yeah, the one thing about Gala which I've noticed, he's able to place nukes at very good distance to anti-nukes. I'm not sure if he's got a mod or he just knows exactly the difference. Yes, the simplest way to do it is if you're Gala and you select your ACU, which I assume is at Tech 3, and you do that. You can choose your target however you want. That's a lot of the Tech 3 torpedo bombers. So the top side has to be very worried, or at least for a little while, given the big loss of build capacity for Banana. So they're going to do a lot of assaulting on Gala's navy, try to keep it back. However, in terms of the SF game, we just checked Sith. She's probably close to 300 now. She's 323. Pechirico, 282. And given that there are two different players who have to micro for the top side, these numbers are very similar. As my CPU just gets smacked in the face. Who's going to out micro at this basically 350 range? There are more for the top side. They are fighting over Gala's navy. However, there aren't too many cruisers here. There are a few. I'm at -4. Pechirico also deciding to make a few Tempests in this navy. Whoever wins this air battle will be huge. I'm not sure who's got the upper hand at this point. Sith is at 170 planes. Pechirico down to 160. Yep, down to 48. So still a slight advantage to the top side. Tiep's just patrolling. Pechirico continues to micro. 136 planes. Sith, I think, has lost this one. She was behind. The difference was Tiep's extra about 60 planes, which does make a fairly big difference. Can't really fault Sith in this one. I think she played extremely well. The fatty gets forced into the water. And one thing about the UF Navy with all these battleships, even though they can't shoot back at the torpedoes, they just have so much health. They take forever to kill. Yeah, the resties from Sith will die. And this battle just continues to rage. But is showing resolve, not dying. Also going to the Tech 3 Navy. Yeah, it's basically Tech 3 Navy versus the Harms Creep. And the Tempest. Yeah, you can see Tempests in both oceans. Tempest, for what it can do for you, is actually fairly cheap. Yet another air fight, and Gala just loves his nukes. Let's see what this nuke did. 203 kills. This one's 79. See where he launches this one. Yeah, these numbers are not in Sith's favor. And so much reclaim available now here. Whoever wins that. And Gala, he's got a lot of engineers which have a lot of protection. Imagine Gala, probably one of the top players in reclaim now. 46. He's at 46. And oh, bricks break through. That's kind of crazy. And where is this nuke going? You see, they can be anti-naval. This could be a really well-placed nuke. It kills that Tempest as well as all this. See, Gala's first two nukes were excellent. This one could be even better. This is going to be a safe nuke to take out the island. That's a nice safe nuke. It's always annoying to lose your island like that. The battleships continue to kill submarines. And this Tempest, without a lot of support, could be in quite a bit of trouble. And I think, yeah, the build capacity is sort of back, but I don't know if those numbers are large enough. The island goes up in flame for Critalis. Yeah, this Tempest is going to be very annoying. Although, this is still a very strong navy. Not at all clear what will happen. I think there'll be mistakes that will make all the difference. We're seeing a Novak Center satellite from Gala. In terms of long games on Setons, definitely Gala and Sith. Between them probably had. Banana does not want Skype. I see that they're not that happy for some reason. So given that there's frustration to the top side, definitely Tiep has taken the most abuse. I don't know if what exactly Tiep did wrong. He's just been kind of abused in this one. I gotta say, the fact that Critalis hasn't won his navy with all this support is kind of annoying. But that's kind of what happens with Cybern. Cybern is very difficult to win late game. This is a huge amount of bricks. Actually, these are not bricks. These are just loyalists. These bricks, they can run over an experimental. They can run over this whole base unless, of course, these restorers continue to fire. Oh man, I got a dilemma about my future CPU. If you guys probably hear in the background, you can hear my what are all those? What are those missiles? What the heck is happening? Oh my god. A Disruptor. Ish, you're crazy. You're awesome actually. Ish at 623, 47,000 reclaimed. Wow, this is, I think this is caught the top side unaware. And look at, this is why Blackheart was pissed off. He lost so many important units. It's one of the reasons not to put a lot of power storage next to units. So once those go, they take a lot with them. So Blackheart probably had some sort of great plan, but lost a lot of his production. Still has a bunch of his SCUs. Yeah, if you want a really good CPU, you're gonna have to put a lot of really loud things on it. Mine's pretty loud right now. So audio quality versus fast computing speed. Maybe someone has an idea for me. This Omnia would be a great target if one of these loyalists can sneak in. It's very annoying to see land units get killed by air like that. Should have been some flak with them. And now this Tempest is in range. If this Tempest... Oh man, this Disruptor is gonna die. Oh, that is so sad. It did 229 kills, so I think it definitely paid for itself, but it always sucks to lose a unit that's that expensive. You can see multiple multiple people from the top side wanting to put an end to this fun. Yeah, it's about 70,000 health. 70,000 mass, sorry, a lot less health. And now harms for Ish. Ish has been very impressive. I think the really such a good play from Ish has kept the bottom side in the game. Even though we've seen Gala and Sith play very well, I think if Ish didn't do what he did, bottom side would be in quite a bit of trouble. And this was excellent. Now, missile ships, yeah.
Strategic launch detected.
A nice Tech 3 assault on Tiep space. I'll clean up. You really need to take out that that anti-nuke. You got another nuke? Where is this nuke coming from? 173 kills, 209 kills. And a missile ship spam from Pachirico. And I think Sith has a much better capacity for producing ASF than Pachirico. Because she's lost a bunch of battles, but I think once again, she's back in it. 224 294. SF Patrica at only 166. So air is, it definitely belongs to the bottom side. And will Blackheart be able to hold on to his navy against Gala with air control? And given that he's gonna lose half his build capacity right there, the top side is in huge trouble. They've lost the middle to Tech 3 land assault. They haven't been able to knock Critalis off of his position, although they might be able to do so. Oh, that's a bad loss of a Tempest there. That Tempest should have been given over to either Tiep or Critalis, as we see another air fight. We've seen those numbers, big numbers for Sith. However, she has her ASF all over the place. She can probably afford a single mistake. Doesn't want to do too many. She should be able to win it. Gala will push in. I don't think there's anything that Blackheart can do about this. Yeah, I'm not sure what the heck she's doing to get those attacks. I've wondered that for 6 years. Somebody told me that if you just patrol, that's what happens. And that's what I'm seeing, is that this is a patrol move. It's a special patrol move. So for the first time in about 20 minutes, the bottom side have air control. And they don't have a middle position. They have very strong navy in the bottom ocean, which I think has the capacity to wipe out all of Ish's front base. I don't think they have the capacity to break Ish naval production at the beach spot. And now Sith is going to move in and try to deny air production over Pecherico's base. Gala's got a bunch of ASF as well. It looks like those were just given. It's a great way to refuel your planes. And yeah.
Strategic launch detected.
No chance. Gala has been nuking everybody. 327 kills. No desync yet, which is great. It's fatty. 115 kills, still alive. So much dead stuff in the middle. Ooh, that anti-nuke. Yeah, we gotta remember Gala has a lot of nukes. If these anti-nukes are sniped, and look at these. Those loyalists got in deep. They need to go over here and kill that anti-nuke ASAP. Don't want to lose that opportunity. A lot of Tech 3 AA being put up by Pachirico. I mean, even though the top side is getting abused right now, they're definitely not completely out of the game. And now here comes a satellite. Mistakes do happen. Look at this nuke from Gala. That's going to kill the forward production. A lot of build capacity as well. Will definitely help. I think that will turn the tide in the bottom ocean. The battleship, these battleships from Gala are going to be in range of a lot of stuff. And the top base. As well as the satellite. I want to see where the satellite's going to go. Strat bombers now for Sith. She's going to be looking for kills. Perhaps ACUs, anti-nukes. Things of that nature. Oh, these are, yeah, they're eventually going to kill. They could just move over here. Yep, anti-nuke is down. That's a problem. There's another anti-nuke right there. Perhaps a strat bombing run. It's great to do strat bombing runs right over your navy. It's really a short path there. I don't think the top side are going to get to keep this anti-nuke or this anti-nuke unless they put up a lot of Tech 3A and a lot more shields. And we're also seeing, yeah, Pecherico here. I don't think he's got any shields on his ACU. He could be a primary target. There's no Tech 3A here. Is that Tiep? Tiep will use his fatty's shield. Oh, Tiep just ate a lot of shots to the face. I think Tiep is done. Can't say he played bad. It's a nice move there at the end. He'll force another pass. Critalis, well, the most disappointing player in this game was Le Pen, but I think Critalis, the top side counted him on winning this naval battle, but he didn't. You can also almost fault Tiep for it. that he didn't put enough pressure on the front. Because given that Ish was able to build the Tech 3 arty while not getting ran over from the middle and make enough Navy. He's got 64,000 reclaimed. See how much Gala has. Yeah, Gala's got 233. He's got enough for Paragon in terms of reclaim. And yeah, no more Navy for Blackheart. The time for crazy moves for the top side. Things like teleporting SCUs. I mean, I don't really know what else they could do here. Sith is going crazy with their Strat bombers. Oh, look at all those fragile missile ships. Yeah, those are very low health for a Tech 3 ship. Kurtalis, what the heck are you going to do? Yeah. Maybe Tiep could have done something more. Maybe if they would have focused on helping one of these navies. I don't think they were ever in a position to ever kill Gala. Maybe if Tiep and Pecherico built all of their navies in the bottom ocean, they could have given up Blackheart's position, but would have won this. It would have been more even games. But I think they tried to win both. When Pecherico had air control for 20 minutes, he was helping both sides. And yeah, nothing happened. Gala had excellent nukes, had excellent navy. And I think he showed that UEF Navy is the best Navy in late game, given that the Tech 3 submarines just can't do anything. Too much health in the battleships, and the battleships can ground fire to kill them, which is very telling. Yet another satellite from Gala. Gala using the satellite to kill power. And there goes B4 and 4. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Maybe it was in a transport. Maybe it was walking. It looks like it was in a transport. So it's basically the end. 46 minutes in. Look at all the nuclear submarines. Oh, let's see. It's all just a formality now. There goes that anti-nuke. Well, almost. Pecherico fighting till the end. Where did he put his ACU? Used to be over here, but now it's somewhere else. Megalith from who? Who's Megalith? Is that Gala? No, that's Kurtalis. Oh. Oh yes, that's Pecherico's ACU getting killed. I didn't see that Megalith. I'm not sure. It probably came from here. It was trying to do damage. And who's that?
Strategic launch detected.
Sith's still alive. So yep, the only 3 players who are alive are on the bottom side. Well played. Gotta say, good moves from Gala with that T3 ACU drop, so the rapid fire TML. Very good play from Ish, holding down the beach, the front. And then Sith, though, was very impressive. Look at this number right here, and look what she did, how she played. That she had a better economy than Pecherico, and was strat bombing him at 14 minutes. That is probably as good as you can play air. Given that actually the topside had about 1,000 more mass reclaim. But at the end, I think it was some lost opportunities for topside, and an excellent game. I'll try to look at the stats. Better not forget to do the step thing. Le Pen was in this game, in case people, yeah, that's a nice flat line. He had the end over 1 million for all these people. Gala has had the most mass. Yeah, Gala Ish, and then Sith, Pecherico in 4th. Let's check out the energy production. I think early on Pecherico took a big lead. Yep, that was after he got stratted. He just started spamming Tech 3 power. Sith never really caught up. See total build. Imagine these are going to be huge numbers. Nearly 3,000 for Sith. And a total of 2,000 built by Gala. Hopefully people enjoyed this set.